Yeah, welcome guys. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Here we have NVDA here. We're more explosive news. We're seeing the market rally here. Let's take a look here at the major indices and see what's going on. NVIDIA got a price upgrade today to $1,000. More positive news there out of NVIDIA. I'm just setting up my my setup here. Let's make some rounds here and see what is currently trending right now. So we have here, I'm going to have the NASDAQ futures up here on the bottom screen. And on the top, I have here, let's do the daily here. Also, I have NVIDIA. Let's make some rounds here. Currently trending right now, NEO up on the board here. We saw a nice ramp up here at the open. It's taking a breather right now. It's at 53.83. Hit a high today of 55.10. So there might be some resistance there at 55 for NEO. Let's take a further look into level 2, and let's pull up level 2 information here. So we see here NEO, big red volume there out of NEO. We're watching here a slight sell-off here, but we're seeing level 2 slightly skewed to the sell side. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is going to reverse shortly and it's going to be a buy the dip opportunity for NEO, or if it continues to sell. But it's just a slight, it looks like a breather. Markets are pretty bullish right now, so it might be just a breather for NEO. Another one making rounds here. Micron was trending, and it's currently selling off here. Also, Wish had some negative news. The CFO is resigning, so we saw some negative news out of Wish here, currently at 1286, and looks like a little bit of negative news there. We have Meds here trending right now, up 856. It's up 100%, and this is commercial services, miscellaneous commercial services. It's a small cap company, $35 million, so potential there for more running there. Let's take a look at MRIN. Another one that's here that looked like was going to squeeze yesterday, and here we are. We're at $16. MRIN squeezed, and I was looking into getting long on this one yesterday, and I didn't, and here we are now. So MRIN looking pretty good. Another one, Nano Dimensions, currently trending, but we're not seeing much out of that. XPeng is another one. XPEV here up 47.37, and CCIV here, it's tearing up right here, ramp up to about $30, and it's been a while since we've seen CCIV at these levels. So we're getting some nice run up here, and we're getting some good action. What's up, Chris? I'll throw APXT, waiting for the merger vote PR to be released. All right, APXT here holding at 1222. Let's look at some PaySafe here. PaySafe here holding at 1206. Let's look at the major indices here. We have S&P 500 here, all-time highs. Here, I'll put it at the bottom. Let me put it here. So the bottom, we have the major indices. S&P 500 here, all-time highs. NASDAQ here, doji candle. So just a few inches away from all-time highs. We have the Dow Jones here, bumping up here, having a slight pullback at the open. Now Russell 2000 as well here at 2319. We saw a little bounce here off my 10-day moving average, and we're seeing the VIX here holding steady below 16. Here the VIX, we see a lot of compression. It's a little scary. It could go either way. So we're seeing a lot of compression out of the VIX here. We can see a big move to the upside or to the downside forming here. So the longer this continues, the more worrisome we should be for a big move to the market. So you just have to be careful here. VIX compressing. So here we go. NVIDIA setting off here. Pulling back. It got today a price upgrade of $1,000 for NVIDIA, which is completely bonkers. So just some negative news yesterday on Wish has me a little has me pondering here on Wish. A CFO resigning. Someone on Twitter had a great he made a great comment. He's all like, CFOs a dime a dozen, they'll get another one, which is true. Let's see what is going on with the options market here. Airbnb unusual volume, 7 times market weighted volume here. Airbnb seeing some huge call buying. Airbnb. Let's take a look at Airbnb right now. Airbnb here, 156 for Airbnb. Let's look at Coinbase. Coinbase 253. What's going on with Adobe? 586 for Adobe. Let's see AMD. AMD here holding nice at 93.64. Let's see AMC. AMC here just sideways trading. Looks like it's setting up for a big move. And we're going to have to wait and see out of AMC. So some of the largest open interest increase among single stock options for this week's expiration is MU, Tesla, Apple, AMD, and GE. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla here holding 678. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple's been running up. Apple here at 137. Apple. Apple here just a few dollars away from all-time highs, about $5. Recent highs here for Apple is 145, so we're about $8 away. William, Tesla is dying. Let's take a look at Tesla here. Tesla here holding at 678. Not much going on here with Tesla. We're seeing more activity here on these weapon stocks here. Ammo getting some options volume yesterday. Let's see. This is ticker symbol POWW, and Smith and Wesson's also getting some options activity here. Wow, Smith and Wesson, look at this, guys. I've been talking about it. I'm not gonna act like I was in it and I had the confidence to jump on it, but Jesus, I've been talking about this one for about a week and a half now, about ammo and Smith and Wesson's, and look at this, $39. We were talking about it when it was around $26, $27. Huge move here, exploding. Are we gonna go into some sort of rioting state of mind? Are we going to war? I don't know why these gun companies are exploding right now. This is crazy. Smith and Wesson brands at 39. I definitely don't have the courage to jump on this one at this moment. Definitely won't. But wow, huge move there out of Smith and Wesson. Good morning, Pro. Good morning. William will still dip some more. And Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla W2 right now. Level 2. Just 1 second here. Making some trades here. Just a moment. I'll check these out right now. Making some trades here. Alrighty. So Tesla for right now, William, we see level 2 here. We see some resistance at 700. We're seeing volume coming in here and a sell-off. Buying is a little weak right now, so We need to give it some time, maybe until the midday, to see a shift in momentum here. But as of now, it looks like it's going to stay around this area, around 678. Let's take a look at the charts here for Tesla. Yeah, we see here past couple of days, we see some support around 665-ish, 667. I'll put it here, 665. So it's holding very nicely here above 665. And so maybe not too much out of Tesla. Right now we're seeing it slow down. We're seeing here NASDAQ futures, doji candle here sideways. And I don't think it melts away. And Tesla still probably could ramp up and go higher. I see a lot of options activity on it, so it still has potential. I just don't know when, and it's holding up nicely. So this is pretty strong above 665. If we see Tesla close and any given day below 665, that could be a little bit bearish. But we still have my 10-day moving average here. So that's what I would be looking out for. Let's take a look at ROKU here. Another animal here, beast mode, ROKU. So NVDA here, nice ramp up, got a price upgrade of $1,000 per share. And we saw a nice pop on that news, and now it's currently pulling back. I think we got some jobless number today too. Let me take a look. I saw a jobs number. I know we beat, we had a better than expected jobs number for the month. Let me pull that data up. So U.S. weekly jobless claims total 364,000 versus 390,000 estimated. So they beat by almost 30,000 there. So some slight positive news there on the jobless claims, slightly going down. All right. So here's the news. Weekly jobless claims total hits new pandemic era low of 364,000. Initial jobless claims totaled 364,000 last week, below the 390,000 Dow Jones estimate. That was the lowest total in the COVID pandemic era as the jobs market continues healing. There are still more than 11 million Americans receiving benefits through the pandemic-related programs.
Boom. Do you know what will inspire me even more?
A bigger banner.
Finding a
data is coming in right now, and Rick Santelli is standing by at the CME in Chicago. Rick, what are the numbers?
Yes. A post-pandemic low for initial claims dropping 47,000 to 364,000 from 411,000, usurping the first week in June's 374,000 as the new post-pandemic low. On continuing claims, not quite. Our last look at 3,390,000 was the post-pandemic low. That does get revised up a bit to 3,413,000, but the current read is still a bit higher. 3,469,000 is the current continuing claims read, so it isn't at the post-pandemic low. And by the way, my 47,000 gets altered here a bit because last month's 411,000 on initial claims now moves to 415,000. If you look at early June on all the pandemic-related programs, emergency, state, federal, came to a bit less than 15 million. We have 22 states in the month we just closed out, June, that are stopping the 300 extra a week on the post-pandemic benefit program. They expect 2 more states in July to bring that total to 24 states. And, of course, we're going to monitor those states and the ongoing numbers as we run closer to September when nationally those benefits do run out. We're unchanged at 147 at a 10-year note. It finished last quarter at 174.
So we had that narrowing effect last summer. It eventually led to a broader correction. We don't know if
And that is the latest there on the jobs numbers. That is the latest. Madden. Right now, some of the trending stocks are MRIN. We have Neo, Micron, MU, NVDA, XPV. So a lot of potential there on today. A lot of momentum on those plays if you're looking for a play. Yeah, MRIN. Yes, Ivan. I was talking about buying the dip yesterday on that one. Big move out of there. I actually went with GTT again yesterday. So this is the one I went with yesterday for a second squeeze. And MRIN was the clear winner there. Ramping up clearly here. 1805 MRIN. Big winner today. It hit a low yesterday of around, $10. And now ramped up to $18. Huge move. Up right now, currently 66% from yesterday's close. Big winner. And I was thinking of taking a shot here. And I went with GTT. So this one still has potential. GTT has potential for a nice move. Also coming soon, potentially. Ivan, also another one. Wish here. If you guys are into Wish, we had some negative news. A CFO was resigning. So I do have a pretty large position on Wish, and I trimmed back heavily today. I have less than a half a position right now on Wish, so I left just a small piece as a runner for Wish. So Wish still have a position, but a very slightly smaller position. So just some news that came out yesterday. Boom boom candles, yes. MRIN is a complete savage right now. Big momentum there. Let's take a look at some other momentum stocks here. Alf here at 1470. Let's see some of the other ones. W and W, that one's down. Let's see, Meds here at 771. Let's see, XOM. This is an oil play here. Not too exciting there. And BLIN is another one. BLIN here, seeing some momentum. Bridgeline Digital. It's currently trading at 588. We saw it ramp up in the past 2 days from 264. It's up slightly over 100% here. And a lot of momentum there on BLIN. So GTT here getting some uptick. Let's check this out. It depends on which ticker, Ivan. So it depends what we're trading as an exit strategy. So usually when you have catalyst in specific dates, there's news of a specific date of a stock doing something or transitioning at a specific date. I like to be out of it. It's shorted 180%. Yes. So on stuff like this, like exit strategy for MRIN, I would look. It's pretty difficult here. You would have to continue to monitor the short interest day over day. But intraday, we could look at level 2. So if you want to take MRIN as a day trade here, I like to look at level 2 here. And it shows you some supporting resistance, and it shows you the volume. So it gives you the bigger picture intraday. So right now we're still seeing here at the price point of $17. We still see some pretty decent buy side, but we see resistance at $18. So we have to give it some time, see how volume performs and develops over time. If we scale out here, we see a big wall at $20. So if we do get the energy for MRIN to ramp up here, we see a big resistance at $20. So potential mark for the day for MRIN if it continues to rally, and we see some more buying coming in here, consistent volume. We'll see my exit strategy for today will be anywhere below $20. So if it does ramp up about another $2 to 19, somewhere around there, I wouldn't hold to 20. It could still go up higher. So if you're swing trading it, you can take in some profits and let some go, or you can just close a position and wait for another dip. But it's pretty difficult here. I know it's heavily shorted. So intraday, I would be looking at level 2 intraday. And then at the end of the day, I'll be looking at the short interest volume ratios to see if more people are shorting it or less people are shorting it. So if less people are shorting it, that means they covered. That means it might lose some momentum. But if more people are shorting it, I would still be bullish. They need to cover for it to go down. And when they cover, it's going to go higher. Thank you for that, Ivan. Thank you very much for the super chat there. I really appreciate it. I hope that helped out some. It's difficult. You have to intraday for exit strategy. You need to look at level 2, and then for overall picture for the short squeezes, you need to look at the data at the end of the day. And that's pretty much what you have, especially when they go to, all-time highs to a price point that, or price target it's never been. That's how I would navigate around that. What do I think about AMD? AMD has been seeing a lot of options activity, and I really like AMD. So it just had a big run up. So potentially here it might hold here around above $90 and consolidate some. So we'll see. Technically here, the NASDAQ futures here is pulling back, and we might see a short-term pullback to around 1440, potentially 14,500. And technically, it's just overextended, but it doesn't mean we don't go higher. Roku here taking a breather. I had a price target yesterday of 540. We saw some people on the options market buying the 540 calls, way out there, out of the money. And it seems like Roku's going to go to all-time highs pretty soon here. NVIDIA today getting a price upgrade of 1,000, currently at 808. And NVIDIA here just ripping higher, very strong. We see AMC continues to compress. AMC continues to compress, and GME, same thing with GME, GameStop, and AMC. We're seeing some sideways trading. I don't know how long this lasts, but the longer it lasts, the bigger the move. So big momentum being created here out of AMC. Speaking of which, let me see what's going on with AMC. CCIV trending today. CCIV hitting about $30 here today. Hit a high of $29.81, and CCIV seeing some nice bullish uptick today. We see another raised price target. Peloton price target to 140 from 125. Let's take a look at Peloton. This is another big momentum stock here. Peloton just got a price upgrade here to 140. Disca getting some options activity here. Discovery, Disca. We're seeing some August options play here. Discovery. Let me take a look here. I'm liking this discovery here. So now we're seeing a pullback here. We're seeing some red up in the board. Now NASDAQ here is going to create a potentially here an opportunity to buy. I want to see a pullback here. Not something aggressive, just a small breather here going into the weekend, possibly tomorrow. And that will create another buying opportunity in the short term. We had a nice open today, and now we're having a low breather, bit of a pullback here. Wish right now 1274. Coinbase 247. Netflix here 534. So we opened a bit lower on Netflix here and slightly higher now. Adobe here looking like it's going to take a little bit of a breather here, 582 on Adobe. Roku here at 447 for Roku. Another big name, Roku. Carve, another highly shorted stock here. So these are my highly shorted stocks here. We have GTT, we have Carve, and MRIN. And I had this play here. I was going to go for it, and I did not. And I was here live streaming it yesterday for a potential entry. And I went with GTT. So we'll see. GTT has potential there. Alf here holding at 15. DBGI, another one with potential, but here at 548. PaySafe at 12. AMD at 92 here, taking a breather. SoFi holding though. SoFi holding here. We saw a pretty big sell-off here. Dead cat pounds, and then now coming back down, but still holding here. As long as it stays above around $18, $17.50, it still will be good. CERE here, another name from yesterday, holding at 26. And this is MMAT, Meta Materials, that merged with Torchlight, here holding at 767. ASTS, another one that was a bullish. I think I had a price target of 20 something dollars. An analyst gave it a price target of 20 something dollars. So ASTS, another good name there. CUEN yesterday also. Big ticker here, still holding out here around $7. And then SLS here, big update and then a massive sell-off, and it's following through today with that sell-off. Tattoo Chef here at 2141. Vuzi is another one I continue to talk about. Vuzi here 1882, not going anywhere, consolidating, and I believe ARK Invest has bought it every day this whole week. I know she bought it at least 3 days in a row this week. Potentially, possibly every day of this week she bought Vuzi. Ticker symbol VUZI. Very optimistic for Vuzi. Making some trades here. I'm looking at some place here. Busy morning here. Fubo here, seeing some action on this dip here. Ticker symbol FUBO. Fubo TV here, seeing some action. How high do you see NVIDIA getting? I think NVIDIA has potential. I mean, they've given it different price targets. If we take a look here, I'll draw another one because now we have another one. I'll draw one here at 1,000. So, if we look at NVIDIA now, it's at 810. We had the first analyst give it a rating of 845. I think it was Jeffries. And then we got Bank of America and Raymond James at 900. And then today we had a new analyst or bank give it a rating of 1,000. So it's going to be interesting to see where it goes by the stock split. I do think we're going to see it go to 845 or 900 by the stock split at this point. I wasn't too sure, but they continue to come out with more positive news. Also, NVIDIA now working with Google to develop some AI software there through the 5G network. So a lot of positive catalysts every week. The momentum is strong. So I do think we'll see it above 845 by the stock split. We're getting some ridiculous price targets of 900, 1,000. I don't think we go to 1,000 by the stock split. I mean, that would be pretty wild if we did. I don't think so, but maybe after the split, potentially. But I do see it going to 845. We're only like $50 away. So by the stock split, I don't see it having a problem being between 845 and 900, somewhere around there. We might see a pullback though here. It needs to take a breather. So it needs to take a breather at some point here, and we need to see a little pullback. I did trim on my Wish position. I'm very bullish on Wish here. I just didn't like that news, and I still held on to some of my contracts longer term. I still think it does well. I really like it, but I the moment I start hearing something negative, I want positive momentum. I want positive news continuously be reported every day, every week. And the more positive news and different kinds of news, the more conviction I built. The moment you start hearing little negative comments there, it scares me away, because I do buy in heavily on some of these positions. And the moment I hear I see any cracks there, I get a little worried. I still left a piece there on my Wish position though. I still left a piece. I sold more than half. So I'm still holding a position. So, and it's long term. So just in case if it does run. And then when you hear really, really negative news, you'll see the stock sell off for some days or possibly weeks. And then I'll come in there. So this Wish news could be the starting news of it potentially to sell off for the next couple of days or weeks. And we'll see Wish go maybe, break below $10. Maybe not. I don't know. And if it does, then I'll come back in there and start buying it again. But I want to see, I left a runner just in case if it does run. But if more negative news comes out of Wish and more things happen to it where it sells off, I'll come in and buy it. It's a stock I like. It's a company I like. So I think it has good momentum. Let's see here what is trending right now. We're seeing RIG right now also trending. RIG, we saw a lot of insider buying by the CEOs here. Potential play here with RIG. Potential big play here with RIG. Let me look at the options for RIG. There's been a lot of noise there with RIG about options activity and insider buying. So a lot of catalysts there out of RIG. That's why I like to see before I get into a trade. I want to hear catalyst, momentum, attention to a stock, a reason for it to move. All right, I'll be right back. So Disca continues to have some action there. Disca. Discovery here. Options activity for Discovery. Hey, EWG, what's up? What's up? Good morning. I'm on the West Coast, so it's definitely morning out here. So Disca continues to have some action there. Disca. Discovery here. Options activity for Discovery. So this was the news earlier today. This was the news here. NVDA price target raised to street high of $1,000 at BMO Capital. So this is why we're seeing that. BMO Capital analyst Ambrish, I'm not even going to pronounce that. Srivastava. Ambrish Srivastava raised the price target on NVIDIA to street high of $1,000 from $750. So that's why we're seeing that bump today on NVIDIA. Yeah, Wish. Let's take a look at Wish. Wish had some negative catalyst. CFO resigning yesterday. Here holding at 1266. It's actually not selling off as strong as I thought it would. And we see some support at $12. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it would have been today. Thought it would have been a complete bloodbath. I sold more than half of my position today. I don't know if it was a bad move. I still have a pretty big chunk there, exposure to Wish. Have options for next year. So I'm just going to let those ride for now. And if Wish does go lower, I'll start buying the dip and buy some more. Yeah, I wake up for me to stream and just get ready, see what the market is doing. I wake up like at 5:45, 5:30, just to get myself situated. Yeah, it's definitely difficult to be waking up. Yeah, for sure. I normally start my streams very slow. I'm still like trying to get my head straight. So Wish here, Con, if you want to continue to hold or play this, that's why we see a slight sell-off. It's not bad, actually. It's really not much on Wish due to that negative news yesterday. Discovery seen some options volume for August, so Discovery is one that to be looking out for sure. I went with GTT yesterday for the short squeeze. I should have gone with MRI and bought the wrong one. But I still think GTT has its day. Not a big deal. I see here trending baby Dogecoin. So now there's a new coin. Let me look that up. Trending baby Dogecoin. Let me see what that is. I don't even know what that ticker is. So Dogecoin, baby Dogecoin prices spike after Elon Musk tweets release the Doge. For those of you into crypto, here it is. Baby Dogecoin here. It's currently up about 74%. Let me see here on the day. I don't know much about the market cap, the volume, the circulation, fully diluted market, 829 million, I guess, coins. Oh no, $829 million there. It's actually worth something there. Baby Dogecoin here actually worth something. Currently trending here. It's currently at 0.000000 blah 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 blah. Not even gonna try. And the ticker symbol is for Baby Doge is Baby Doge. Baby Dogecoin there. So we're seeing a sell-off here out of NVDA. ROKU selling off here. So we're seeing a sell-off right now across the board here. Major tech. Let's take a look. Apple too. So we're seeing a sell-off here on the large cap stocks. Let's take a look at some of the other stocks. Let's take a look at the VIX. Not much out of the VIX here, but we are seeing a mini sell-off here. Yes, we're seeing a mini sell-off here across tech. Right now, at the top one, I have the 5-minute chart here. This is AMD, and let's do some rounds here, and let's see if some of these stocks are holding. This is ROKU. That was AMD earlier. Let's see AMC holding, GameStop holding. Let's take a look at Netflix. So we're seeing right now a slight sell-off. It could be short-lived or it can be something. What's going on with AMD? AMD's been having a lot of good options activity in the past few days. So nice bullish rally. But right now we're seeing tech slightly selling off. It could be short-lived or it could be something. I don't see the VIX rising. This is NASDAQ futures here on the bottom 5-minute chart. And then up here, a 5-minute chart of any other stock that we'll be looking at. Right now, AMD here selling off. NASDAQ not necessarily selling off. And the VIX not necessarily popping up. So a little bit of mixed signals here. Apple here selling off. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft selling off. So this could be a dip here by the dip, or it could be something. So the only here supporting factor is that we see NASDAQ futures not selling off. So which is good. This could be short-term noise. We're seeing a red candle here. This is Facebook. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of a downtick here on NASDAQ futures. Let's take a look at NEO. Okay, here NEO giving up some gains here. Now at 51.83, big red day here for NEO. Opened up, rallied to 55, and we're seeing a sell-off here. Let's see what happens here. NEO, big move, went all the way to 55. Now it's at 51.84. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Li Auto, big move today, ramped up to about 36.60, and it's currently at 34.87. We're giving up those morning gains. Helicity here. Astra. We're seeing big move here out of Helicity. Ticker symbol ASTR. This is Astra Space here. I don't know why it still says Helicity here. I think they already did the change name. So big, we're seeing some good volume here. Big green candle here out of Astra. Today hit a low of 11.51 and currently right now 13.01. Big volume coming in here. We're not even close to halfway throughout the day, and we already have big volume candles here. So Astra right now on the move. Currently trending. Let's take a look here at Astra here. Big volume coming in for Astra. Currently trading at 13.13. We saw a nice uptick right now in the past about 30 minutes. No, this is about 30, 40 minutes. We started seeing big ramp up in volume coming in. Let's take a look at level 2 here. We see some resistance at $15 and at $14 here. $13.80. $13.80, $14, and $15. Currently right now at $13. And so we're seeing Astra here getting a lot of attention. Be careful, guys. We're seeing big red candle here out of the NASDAQ futures. Let's look at some of the major indices here. So we have here S&P futures here still holding pretty well. NASDAQ slightly selling off here. We have the Dow Jones pretty steady. The Russell 2000 pretty good. And we're seeing the VIX here with a slight pop up here. DD, another stock that is trending. DD, let's see what's going on with DD. We saw a slightly gap up here. It's sideways trading. Oh, is this the one? Oh, yeah, this IPO'd yesterday. I think this is a Chinese ride-hailing stock. Let me look this one up. Yes, so this one IPO'd yesterday. So this is one that's currently trending. Didi is a Chinese vehicle for hire company headquartered in Beijing. Over 550 million users and tens of millions of drivers. So Didi here, getting recent IPO'd yesterday, and it's currently trending here as one of the top retail stocks for now. We're seeing a ramp up here on the VIX. Bottom one is the VIX, guys. So we're seeing that correction here. Let's look at NASDAQ futures here. NASDAQ futures. So potential here targets for this pullback. We could see some area resistance at 1440 and then the other one at 14200 here for NASDAQ futures. So we do need a slight breather here. A lot of these stocks here super hot, and we might see it cool off here going into the weekend. This will definitely create some buying opportunity. So seeing some good action today so far. Discovery, Disca, seeing some good options activity, and Rig. We see some options activity on Rig. So Wish currently at 1238 here. A slight bleed here. We do see good volume, and we see a support level at $12 for Wish. So here, NVIDIA, we've had some big swings today in NVIDIA when rallied up all-time highs, 816, now selling off. It's currently holding here above 800. It's at 802, and we see the volume here slightly dying off out of NVIDIA. We see some minor support here at 800, potentially can go lower. Second level of support here that is notable around 775 and 780. So, if this sell-off continues, we'll potentially see NVIDIA go below 800. This can potentially hold here, but looks like it might not. Let's zoom in here. We'll see how this pans out in the next few minutes. So Krispy Kreme is indicated to open around $17. So is Krispy Kreme out already? Let me double check here. The ticker symbol for Krispy Kreme is going to be DNUT. DNUT. So it looks like Krispy Kreme will be IPOing today at $17 estimated IPO price. Krispy Kreme IPOing today, ticker symbol DNUT, at a $2 billion market cap. So potential, some nice fireworks there for a trade there for Krispy Kreme. NASDAQ futures here continues to sell off. NASDAQ futures. Where let's look at the 5-minute chart and let's look at some support levels here for NASDAQ futures. Let's draw them in here. We continue to see a tech sell off, just slightly, nothing big, but we are seeing a pullback. So I drew this line here at 468-ish. And then after that, we see some line of support here around 14,382. So we're seeing pretty good volume here since the open on the NASDAQ futures. A lot of volume today on NASDAQ futures. Pretty steady here. We still see some volume here. So we'll see how things pan out here. Sell off. We have some support here around 14,468-ish. 14,470 here. I'll just put 14,470. So we'll see if the sell-off continues to around 14,470. So AMD here pulling back. ROKU pulling back. We're seeing a pullback here in the markets. I do think we go to 14,470. We're getting there very quickly here. Next price target for NASDAQ futures, I'll put it here 14,390. So if we do see here NASDAQ futures staying above 14,470, this is a potential time for a buy-in here. Not to go all in or anything crazy like that, but a potential buy opportunity. And then if we go slightly lower, more buying opportunity here. So we're seeing here NASDAQ futures going towards a 14,470. S&P 500 up 0.16%, Dow Jones up 0.15%, and the Russell 2000 here performing the best at 0.24% on the green here. GTT here not doing much. And Mirror Software here at $17. XLF's getting slightly an uptick here. Nothing major. Coinbase here at 244. So we're seeing here NASDAQ here 14,471.50. So we have a line of support here for the NASDAQ. Let's see if it holds here for tech, large cap tech here. If not, if it continues to sell, we might see it go to 14,390. So we're seeing here a bounce here at 14,470. And let's see how it continues here. We're still seeing constant volume. And could be a minor pullback. Boof here. CCIV. Let's take a look at CCIV. Almost hitting $30 today. CCIV very strong. It hit a high of $29.81. Also pulling back here at $27.70. Let's take a look at CCIV here at these levels and see level 2. We are seeing some nice support here on the buy side for CCIV. Volume slightly dying off. And this could be a potential buy the dip here for CCIV. It looks pretty good. It looks good. And next level of here's some resistance, about 27.75-ish. 28.50, 29, 29.50. So a little bit of low volume, a little bit of slow moving at the moment. But CCIV could potentially ramp up back to around $29 to $30 for a second time towards the end of the day. Level 2 looks pretty good. Volume cooling off, but we can see this pick up towards the middle or end of the day. Volume here, 718,000 here for this volume. And the last 5 minutes, it only traded 113,000. So that's about 7 times less. 718,000 shares traded. So we are seeing right now NASDAQ futures holding above 14,470. That's exactly my line of support there. And it hit it perfectly at 14,470 and reversed. But we still need to wait and see if it holds at this level and reverses. So still not 100% sure that we're going to reverse, but it is finding some support there. So if you're looking at CCIV, we have a support level at 27 for CCIV. Astrospace here, seeing some good volume here. Ticker symbol ASTR, up about $1 here. And I'm seeing some action, currently trending. But we do see a line of resistance at 1350. We're about 15 cents away. So we're going to have to wait and see if it can break that level. Neo here also pulling back at 51.59 for Neo. So I just got some short interest here information. Let me pull it up. Marin Software short interest update. Marin shares price reached $19.95 half an hour after the open. It's down a bit since, but still up over 50% since yesterday's close. Marin had a short squeeze trading signal on Friday. Current estimated short interest on Marin is 186% of free float. That's huge. Marin could still go up higher. It's still heavily shorted. Big name there. And Marin Software still has potential to go higher. Almost 200% of the free float being shorted there for Marin Software. Now we're seeing a slight reversal here on the NASDAQ futures. It respected my support level here at 14,470, and it's reversing. Now we have to see it break here on my 10-period moving average on the 5-minute chart and see if it can sustain for the day. So Marin here, more shorts coming into Marin. Potential for a big move. Current market cap of 185 million. Current volume is at 76 million shares traded, of an average of 105 million shares traded. So Marin software here, big shorted name here. A lot of potential there for a big move. So Wish here held above $12, pretty good, and we're seeing a slight bounce here across the market here. Let's take a look at the VIX. So we had a little run up here on the VIX, ramped up to about 1590, and now it's going back down. So that could have been a short-term little squeeze there, intraday, for the markets. We have to wait and see if we go lower. All right, I'm going to be on for about another 15 minutes. Let's see if we see a reversal here in the market. We are having a breather. Potentially tomorrow can be slow as well. So we just have to wait and see. Right now, S&P 500, Dow Jones, and the Russell 2000 are both all three green, and the NASDAQ futures red here, down 0.36%, taking a breather. We've been having a very strong uptrend, bullish uptrend right now across the markets. NEO, we're recovering NEO here. NEO had a nice run up. I have it here charted. This is the dailies on NEO. We're recovering it since last week. It couldn't break the $46 level. This was a big line of support, of resistance for NEO. It broke out of it, came back down below it, and then we saw a big bullish green candle. So now this broke out above $46, very strong. And we saw it ramp up today to 55 and taking a breather. So now that it broke out of this level, very strong. It was a level that it was stuck under $46. I think NEO is now bullish territory, and we can go higher towards the end of the year. All-time highs, I'm sure, will hit around $65 in about a few weeks, possible few months. But now I think it's out of this trading range, and I do think NEO is going to continue higher here. We might see a pullback here. This is a 10-day moving average that I have, and we might see a short-term pullback in the markets. But overall, I think NEO is out of this trading range for now, and we're going to see a goal towards all-time highs. We're seeing a bounce on GEVO. Let's see here, GEVO. Jivo here, it's up about 6 cents. Maybe if we look at the 5-minute chart here, it's here. It's yeah, we're seeing just like Jivo, this is the major markets, Nasdaq futures. We saw a slight sell-off here, and it hit my support line of 14,470, and we're seeing a bounce. So we have to give the market some time to see if markets reverse and go back up, or if just they recoup and stay stagnant, or if it's a dead cat bounce. So obviously, all three scenarios there. Right now, we're seeing some of these ticker symbols bounce here. This is Apple here. Same, you can see a sell-off just like the Nasdaq futures and a bounce here. Roku here selling off. Yesterday hitting a high of around 462-ish. And right now we're down to 438. Big down move for Roku here. It's down about 4.5%, $20. Big down move. But here hitting this line of support. So if you're bullish Roku, this looks like a good buy the dip opportunity. You can give it some more time to stabilize here and go sideways. So maybe another day or two, and could be a good opportunity to go long there for some time. Edgar, what do you think about MRIN? Yeah, that's one that is heavily traded. I just got the latest data of short interest. It's 186% of the free float. I was covering this one yesterday, and I was potentially going to play it, and I didn't play it. I played GTT. It hit a high almost of $20 today. So we still have plenty of day to go. We see the volume here currently at 76 million shares traded out of an average of 105. So we're going to have to wait and see. I don't know if this is the momentum for the day, and we're going to have to give it a few days to go higher. But it continues to get shorted. It has currently 117 million market cap, $117 million market cap, and it's a play. It's a play that is active right now. Yesterday, I was going to buy this dip around $10, and I didn't. And here we are now. I could have doubled overnight. But either way, there's still plenty of good plays. Another ticker symbol here I have here for my shorts, I have GTT. I'm currently in GTT. Bought it yesterday on this dip. So pretty good. Carve is another highly shorted stock right now. Ticker symbol CRAV. And then we have Mirror Software. Has made big moves, continues to get shorted. And as it continues to move up and gets shorted, it can continue to go higher. I want to see shorts cover for an exit, and I haven't seen them cover yet. They continue to short it, so that could create momentum to go higher. Yeah, it's easily manipulated at this market cap. Yeah, it's 117 million, so at this market cap, it's very volatile. I mean, anything goes there, and definitely could do a lot of big moves both to the up and downside. So just be careful. It gets very dangerous, very volatile. But overall, right now, I see it go potentially higher with that kind of short interest. Roku here, I was calling it out about 2 weeks ago here. I had some options activity, and here we are now. Broke out of my $400 support level there, of resistance level there. Super bullish. And same thing with NEO. NEO is the same chart. Broke out of this trading range. It couldn't pass 46, holding about a 35 and 46, $11 range. And breaking out here. So now it has the potential to go back up to around 60 to 65, no problem, in a few days, possibly weeks. So bullish on MRIN. Yeah, Mirror Software. Yeah. That's one that's been trending for a couple of days. I missed it. I saw it here. I didn't think much of it on the 28th, which was, I think, Monday. I saw it on Monday. I didn't think much of it. I did think there was a play there, and then it exploded the following day. Was going to get in it yesterday, but didn't. But still, we're seeing good volume, good action. A lot of people taking notice of Marin software, so there's potential there. We're seeing NASDAQ futures here recouping here now at 14,500. This is a good sign for tech companies. So we're going to have to give it some time and see. We have some news here on Astra. So let's...
Not people into space is debuting on the NASDAQ today. The Bill Gates-backed company is listing at a $2 billion valuation via SPAC. And joining us now, along with our own Morgan Brennan, is Astra founder and CEO Chris Kemp. Chris, great to have you. The business of space, as we look into the future, fascinating because of the potential that we're seeing now in reusability and, I guess, frequency of launches that is going to allow a different kind of economics. Tell us first what Astra adds to that.
Well, you know, there's a $1 trillion space economy that's developing, and hundreds of companies over the past few years have been formed. Many of them will join Astra on public markets in the months ahead. And they're all trying to go to different places in space on different schedules, and having a small system where we can frequently launch from anywhere on Earth to anywhere in space is the really only way that they're going to be able to develop, innovate, and get new capabilities into Earth orbit to develop new applications.
Now, it's a new business, relatively speaking, for investors to understand. So help us understand what the path to profitability looks like. As you do ramp that frequency and get better and better at having a higher yield of what you're actually able to deliver, is that what leads to the profitability that investors are going to want to see?
That's right. Just think about the economies of scale when you start making hundreds or even thousands of very small rockets. It's like a Cessna. Companies like Textron make hundreds of them per year. Our rocket weighs almost exactly as much as a small aircraft, and it shouldn't cost much more than that to produce either, as long as you're producing them at scale. Only two ways to get to space are to build a giant rocket and get the efficiencies that you get out of a massive rocket. There's some great work going on in that area. Or to build a rocket factory and just make as many rockets as you can and bring costs down through economies of scale.
Chris, it's Morgan. Congratulations on going public today. Just to dig into that a little bit further, I mean, gangbusters growth is what you're forecasting over the next 4 years as you do ramp production and you do ramp these launches. But there's obviously the technological and logistical pieces that are involved in this, but also there is the customer base itself. Given the fact that we do have so much competition out there, I mean, just yesterday, Virgin Orbit with a second successful mission, SpaceX doing a dedicated ride share, plus you have other competitors like Rocket Lab out there. Is there enough demand for you to be able to get to daily launches?
Well, we already have 50 launches under contract, and that represents over $150 million of revenue and over $1 billion of additional backlog, where we'll be flying even more in the future. There's a tremendous amount of demand and not very much supply. If you look at some of the companies that you named, there are very few flights actually going where those customers want to go and exactly when they want to get there. And that's where Astra stands apart. It's just like if you go to the airport and book a flight, you don't book that a year or two in advance. That's what you have to do with some of the larger rockets. With Astra, we'll have so many flights. You'll be able to just get on the next one. We'll be able to provide next day space. We'll be able to provide the kind of flexibility that a new growing economy and growing marketplace requires.
And of course, we know the next major milestone and what investors, the new investors in your company are now going to be focusing on in the near term is that launch of Rocket 3.3, that new iteration after you did have that launch last December that reached space but didn't quite make orbit. When is that going to happen?
That'll happen before the end of the summer, and that will kick off our first commercial launch, and we'll be doing about a dozen of those starting monthly before the end of the year. And we do have 15 of those flights scheduled for next year already, and that'll ramp up until we reach daily space delivery, where I think we'll really truly reach an inflection point where space will truly be accessible to this new generation of entrepreneurs and companies that are building all these exciting new applications.
Now, Chris, you were just talking about demand. Tell us a bit about margin and sort of how your ramp will change the economics of space. I keep thinking back to 5 years ago when Facebook lost its satellites in that SpaceX launch that didn't work out the way that they wanted. If you're able to get more frequent, to what degree are you able to kind of mix in the higher value payload that customers want?
Well, most of the new constellations and services in space will not be based on single satellites. They'll be based on very large constellations of very small satellites in very low Earth orbit. And what that means is no one satellite or no one launch really will impact the service. And so we think a lot about this like you think about Gmail or Google. No one server or even one data center could take that service down because they've been designed fundamentally as highly resilient distributed systems. That same technology we've seen in consumer and web is now moving into space. And so we're really seeing the space industry and the technology industry bridged by companies like Astra.
Exciting times when you can apply technology and scale to this sort of thing. Chris Kemp, CEO of Astra, thank you. And Morgan Brennan, thanks for lending your expertise as well.
Thank you both.
A reminder as we head to break, if you missed.
So there you have it. Big up move there on that Astra news. We're currently on CNBC. So you're seeing big volume uptick there. We're seeing level 2 here. Buy side pretty big here. Sell side very weak. How high do I see this going? I'm not sure here. Let's see and take a look at the chart as a whole. There's no one really stopping it there. It's had a high of above $20. We're seeing big volume, big green candle there out of Astra. It gets a lot of attention when they come out on TV like that. Potentially, there's no real line of resistance here. You can see the buy side very strong, and potentially right now line of resistance $14.50, $15 potentially. So I think we do go to 15 for Astra today, and then we have to wait and see after that. So yeah, definitely got that uptick after that interview on CNBC. It's a Bill Gates backed company, and has a lot of momentum right now. And definitely one that people are looking at for an opportunity right now. And there's that uptick volume there that we saw. And that had to do due to the CNBC interview there. As soon as they went in, it went on CNBC, big uptick. So now we are seeing some of the sellers come in here and creating this line of resistance at 1390. Volume is strong. I do think we break here. We break above $14. And there we are, $14. That line of resistance faded away. We're at 1406. And I think we potentially go a line of resistance, $14.50 and then $15. I do think we go to $15. So far right now, looking pretty bullish. And we need to see sellers come in before an exit here. If people tackle on to Astra here, it's had a recent or earlier this year highs of around $22. So if people pile in here, I want to push this name higher. It's going to happen within the next few days. $14.42 there, big jump. We're about to see the next volume here for Astra in about a minute or two, and let's see what happens here for Astra. 14.45, just like that, we're up about 70 cents in just a matter of a few minutes. We had 384,000 shares traded, and we're waiting for the new candle to pop up here. So here, struggling around 1450. I think we break 1450, no problem. Struggling to break 1450. Holding here, 1450. $14.55. We broke 1450. So now I'm sure we're going to hit 15. It looks a little extended. We have to wait for the volume to come in. But a pretty good level to take profits if you're trading this. You're very new and you jumped on this. Yeah, just be careful. I'm not sure when you jumped on this, but I would start thinking about taking profits between these levels, between 1450 and 15. Unless you want to hold it, that's a different strategy for a swing trade. But as far as the action goes, for now, this is what it looks like. I mean, it could go much higher today, but just from what I see right now, 1458 here, 1458. Now we're kind of seeing here the buy side thinning out, and that's when you start seeing some exhaustion. So it's kind of losing momentum here. 1460. So this would be a good time to take profits. It's thinning out here, so we're seeing it thin out here. Momentum is dying. And there we go. It's pushing down now. Now we're back down, 1435, 1437. It's hard. You'll never get the tops and the bottoms. As long as you get the meat of the move or you get a nice piece, that's all you can ask for. We're back up, 1465. Maybe we do go to 15 here. Regardless, you can't be mad at these levels. If you sell and it goes higher, you can't be mad. You take some profits. Nice momentum trade. It was on here. I put on the we're pushing higher. We're pushing higher. I put on the CNBC on. It was around $13 when I put it on, and now you're up $2 in a couple of minutes. So super quick trade there. And looking pretty good at these levels. 1490. I'll consider this a win, and I would walk away. Now, if you're a swing trader and you want to hold this until it goes to 20, you see a longer term horizon, then that's no problem. I'm a swing trader, so I hold positions for months. But for short term traders, I would call this a win at this level. So on that good note, guys, thank you for joining me for today at the open. I had a pretty crazy day today. I was up at one point to around almost 10,000. and then I was down about another like almost 4,000. Pretty wild, volatile. You see, we're seeing the reversal. Big volume though, and then I was down 4,000, and now I'm pretty much flat. So pretty wild portfolio there. And thanks for joining. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe buttons down below. Check out my Discord. I have a lot of news there, and a lot of my trading ideas come out from all the information and news that are in my Discord. Come check it out and stop by. And I post practically every day, all day there. And we can hang out there after the live stream. So thank you guys for joining me. I will be on tomorrow morning for the open for 2 hours. And let's see if the market continues before I log out. Let's see what is the NASDAQ doing. Nice recovery there for NASDAQ futures. That was by the dip opportunity. It hit my resist support line of 14,470, and it bounced off perfectly there. A very nice move there off the NASDAQ futures. Thank you guys. Let's see how the day ends. Astra momentum play there. Nice move and a good trade there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys.